What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Before we get started, please bear with me. This video is going to be rough. I have almost completely lost my voice, and I drank an icy slushy to try to get things into gear so I could even make this video. So please just bear with me. I do apologize. I'm doing the best I can right now. I definitely did not anticipate getting sick. So today, we're going to talk about a new purchase from Copart, $300. It was like $430 out the door, but for $300, we bought a 2007 Volkswagen Passat. This is a Wolfsburg edition. At least that's what the Carfax report says. Carfax report says this thing has been dealer maintained a good portion of its life. It's been well cared for despite its looks. It's got 174,000 miles on the odometer, I do believe. 2.0 liter turbo. It's really not a bad car. Now, you may have seen this, in fact, you should have seen this in yesterday's video of a Copart walk around. And as you saw in the video, like, they didn't even have an odometer. This is listed as bio mold with no odometer. The reason there's no odometer, I don't think they even tried because of the mold to get in it and do anything. Now, when we first got into the car, it wouldn't do nothing. You could put the key in it, and that was about it. It wouldn't try to crank over. The windows didn't work. This left headlight didn't do anything. It was weird. Like, everything was all kinds of quirky. But as you saw in that video, I decided in that video to buy this car because we were able to get it cranking, which I felt was a huge deal, man. It seemed like a sign to me. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I have been cheating. I have been working on it without you guys. I was hoping that it'd be something fairly quick and simple. We get it running, and I'd make this video today talking about how we scored and stole this car for $300, and all it needed was a battery, or all it needed was, you know how it goes. All it needed was, well, we're gonna start out by showing you the spark plugs. All right, here they are. That's one of them. Here's another one. All right. And here's another one. And the last one. So I changed out all these spark plugs with iridium from what AutoZone says. That's what this calls for, is iridium spark plugs. Now, as you can see, I've got the windshield wipers and the cowling off. You're probably wondering why. Well, yeah, if you got any experience with VAG, you're going to know why I got the cowling off. They thought it'd be a good idea to put the damn computer in a place that floods. So the interior of the car floods pretty regularly on this car because it's clogged up. You can hopefully see down there all the debris, all the stuff down there, all the stuff down there. We got to get all that out, get that cleaned up, pressure wash it out to open up the drains. What happens is this fills up with water, and when it does, it intrudes into the cabin and floods the floors. So I got this all taken apart so I could access the computer. At first I was getting no communication with the ECU or the ECM. Well, I checked everything. We've checked fuses. Everything seems to be good, and I do have access to the ECU with my what is that thing? My Autel MaxiSys Elite. I do have the capability of accessing that computer, reading codes, clearing codes, going through different procedures and tests and things, and the computer is definitely working. So I did clear all the codes, and let me show you where we're at now. All right. I still got my code reader plugged in, put a brand new battery in it. We ended up having this towed. I didn't have the time to drag out the dolly and tow it myself, so it cost me $90 on top of the $430 or $435 to get it towed. And then the battery just cost me an additional like probably 115 after tax for a Duracell. So here's the fob. Plug it in here. You can see everything comes on the dash, right? 179,661 is the miles. See, right now it ain't trying to start. Here's what I've noticed, boys and girls, and this is, you guys got to remember, I rely on a lot of you to help me with this stuff because this is not my type of car. I'm unfamiliar with it. The tach doesn't move, right? If you watch that tachometer when I crank it, Nothing. All right, now a lot of people are gonna say, well, it ain't gonna show anything because the car is not running. Wrong. I've had this car attempt to start about 5 times, and every time it acts like it's gonna kick off and run, that tack moves. When the tack moves, you'll hear it for a split second try to fire. It'll just be a real quick blip, 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 and then it's done. The tack will still be moving, but the car will not attempt to fire off after that. So, of course, I ran diagnostics. Yeah, the tack isn't doing anything now. And of course, it ain't going to do nothing when the tack ain't trying to move. I was hoping we'd be able to, in this video, show you that tack moving. But it doesn't look like we're going to have that opportunity. That's bizarre. It's bizarre how it comes and goes like that. All right, so I'm not going to stress this starter out anymore. I'm going to bring the key in, and I'm going to show you guys what we got here. As for the codes, what we've got in the system right now on the MaxiSys Elite is a P0343. It's an active camshaft position circuit, high input above, upper limit exceeded. So yeah. And there's a little bug sitting right there in the middle screen. Bugs need to be hibernating, man. All right, so I'm going to escape out of this. I'm going to read these trouble codes one more time, see if there's anything else that popped up while we were cranking it. But I bet there's probably not. Oh, you know what? I took the key out, didn't I? Yeah, we ain't going to get... Yeah, I took the key out. I took the key out. Anyway, we got a camshaft position sensor that's telling me that it's not working properly. Well, if I'm right, not if I remember, I've never worked on one of these, but if I'm right, the cam sensor is right here, right at the top. This is your exhaust cam. This is your intake cam. This is a twin cam motor. Obviously, you got to have an intake and exhaust. But if you notice, you'll see the cutout here. You can see there's only one cam gear, right? Well, that's because the intake cam gear is actually driven by a chain on the back side of the engine behind this high pressure fuel pump. And that's a bear to get to. It's no fun at all. So here's kind of where I'm at. We have a code saying that the cam sensor is above its limit. So I'm thinking I need to go over to FCPUR's website, order me one of these cam sensors, and just replace it. But what I want to know from you guys is, do you know if a bad cam sensor, if that code would prevent one of these from starting? In case I didn't mention it earlier, it's a 2.0 liter FSI turbo. And I mean, just keeping it real, I don't want to go out and spend, you know, $30, $40 or whatever on a sensor if that sensor will not prevent it from running. And I have a hard time believing that the cam sensor would completely keep the car from running at all. Maybe the crank sensor, but we don't have a code for the crank sensor. We only have a code for the cam sensor. So right now, that's kind of where I'm at. I've also considered possibility, maybe timing belt slipped. Maybe time belt slipped a tooth or 2 or 3 or something, and it's not in sync. You know, the cam and the crank are not in sync anymore. Man, I don't know. I'm going to go in there, and I don't know if anybody watching this is in the Wichita area, but there is a dealership this was serviced at most of its life. And I want to give you the name of that dealership, and maybe one of you has a moment or two, you could go down there and get like a master copy or a printout or something of the actual service history, so I know what has been done on this car other than you know, just service. You know, I don't know what the 55,000 mile service was, because I don't have any documentation on that. But that's where we're at right now, guys. We got it. It's $300. As far as I'm concerned, it's a win, even if it doesn't run. Now, of course, we've been putting money into it. You know, we got $115 in the battery. We got another $90, I think, is into the tow bill. So, you know, now we're starting to get up there a little bit, and I got to be careful. You know, I'm actually going to try to start making profits on some of these cars. Not all of them, but some of them would be nice to actually make a profit on. Be able to, you know, take a car, fix it, sell it, feel good about it, make a little bit of money on top of it too. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. New battery, checked all the fuses, everything seems good. I swapped these 2 relays. Typical electrical stuff, man, just fiddling around with everything. I checked all the fuses up here too. Those are all good as well. So now I'm kind of leaving it to you guys to comment below and tell me if a cam sensor would cause the engine not to start. Because if that's the case, man, that's easy. It's easy to get to. It pops right off right there, man. Real easy to get to and cheap. And if that's what it takes to make this car run, that'd be great. However, if it could be the timing belt, this is an interference motor, and that could just be real bad. It could be real bad. We could have all kinds of damage in there. And if that's the case, if you think we're going to tear down a head on this and replace it on this old car, it's not going to happen. It's not worth it. It's not worth my time, and it's not going to bring enough of a profit to get me to go in there and tear that head down. Now, maybe I'll pay a mechanic to do it. Just kidding. Yeah, it's not for me, man. So we'll see if it's something simple. Comment down below. I'm going to show you that Carfax report real quick. Maybe one of you can run up there and take a look and see if you can get me a master file or something. So I know if the timing belt's ever been changed on this. All right, guys. So here's the Carfax report for the 07. It's got a couple recalls on it as well, I noticed. But it looks like the main place that it's been serviced at its whole life, like since new, was Stephen Volkswagen Infinity in Wichita, Kansas. So like I said, I don't expect you to go out of your way to help me out or anything, but if you're in that area, if you got a free moment and you don't mind, if you could see if there's some way of getting like the master file on this, see owner 3, and we're still at Stephen Volkswagen. So I mean, this thing has just been serviced forever at this place. I mean, it's crazy. AC compressor replaced, condenser replaced, wiring repaired. There's just AC system checked again. Let's see what we got here. Drivability checked. Front struts were replaced in 2010. Then it says also struts replaced, cup holder replaced, glove box replaced, blower motor replaced, radio replaced. Like, wow, this is crazy. And again, now we're on owner 5. Blower motor replaced, headlights replaced, recommended service performed, brakes flushed, tires replaced, vehicle washed. And then this is the one, there's a couple here. It says 8 of 2011 at 55,000 miles drive axle serviced. But then it says 9 of 11 Stevens Volkswagen. Again, it says recommended maintenance performed. Well, what maintenance? It also says 55,000 miles service performed. Well, what is the 55,000 mile service? I don't know. I don't know what that is. But almost everything on here was done at Stevens Volkswagen Infinity until it looks like 2012, where it was Midwest Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury Toyota in Hutchinson, Kansas, where it was sold. And from there, valve lean, instant oil change. Then it looks like it comes to Oklahoma. And it looks like from there it's been vacuum hoses, computers checked, vacuum system checked. There's a recall for the fuel pump control module right here. There's an airbag, Takata airbag recall as well. But yeah, that's what we got going on with the Carfax. So I guess with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna have to get out of here. Sorry if the video is so short. I wanted to show you everything that I could show you and still have somewhat of a voice left when I was done. It's not easy. It's not easy being cheesy. I guess before we go, I had somebody actually make me an offer on old Betsy back there on the old F-250. Justin from Superior Auto Flips. I think he may have changed his name. I don't remember if it's still Superior Auto Flips or not, but he's got a buddy that's looking for a truck, and I got to thinking about it today, and I was like, you know, it really ain't been driving it anymore. I used it to haul all the stuff for the house and, you know, things back and forth, but I ain't really used it much anymore. So we may be getting ready to get rid of the F-250 this weekend. I don't know, man. Yeah, I really don't know. I really do love that truck, but at the same time, I got a lot of stuff going on, man. I'm in the middle of working with the city down where the house is, trying to get approval to get this car lot. I got all these other papers to file. Everything costs money. and now I'm sick as a dog. So maybe it's time to roll it down the road, man. See if we can find us another pickup truck or something. I can't do this. I got to get out of here, guys. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I wanted to get this video out. If you like the content, please give this video a big thumbs up right there. I would truly appreciate it. I got an ice slushy right here that I'm trying to coat my throat with, but it just, my voice is done for the day. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, Auto Auction Rebuilds. I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Leave your comments down below. Definitely tell me what you think of that, because I found FCP Euro's got that cam sensor. It's like 55 bucks. I could have it here like the day after tomorrow. So comment below. Tell me if that cam sensor would stop this car from starting. But please, only comment if you know for a fact. I don't need a bunch of guesses. I need somebody that knows their Volkswagens, Audis, to come back on here and be like, yes, that will definitely cause it. Until next time, everybody, stay safe out there. I'll catch you all very soon in the next one.